Senator Cantwell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Gann, thank you so much for being here today. I had a couple of questions about your testimony.
Yes.
Do you, first of all, do you believe in this market-based rate concept in general? Do you think that that's the way, I know it's part of our federal system today to say it should be market-based rates, and then obviously it wasn't really implemented until fairly recently. But do you think that's the right model for this?
So if you look at the current system, and while CUFA became statute in 2000, it substantially did not change the practice that had been in place for the last 40 to 50 years. So the current appraisal system has not worked for the last 40 or 50 years. CUFA was an attempt, the last attempt to make it to work, and it's failed. In simple terms, it does not produce a market-based user fee. If fees are driven beyond the point where any consumer will pay it, by definition, it's not a market fee.
But you think the payment structure should be based on market rate? Is that right?
I think if you look at the proposed CFA fee, it is based on the market, but the market is defined as other recreation programs in the public domain and what they charge. And the proposed CFA suggests that the proposed fees are actually a little higher than the market. But the market is challenging to define and challenging to administer.
Okay, and if we implemented what you're talking about, where do you think it would be in 10 or 15 years?
You would see a steady increase of fees based on the Department of Commerce index, which essentially means user fees go up at the rate of inflation, at the rate of cost of all goods and services year by year.
So you don't think
over a long period of time, it'll maintain market value over a long period of time.
So the fees wouldn't be flat?
The fees would go up every year with the index. If you look at the last 25 years, that was 2 to 2.5% a year.
Okay.
So over a longer period of time, it continues to go up.
Okay. And so you're supporting the legislation with the changes outlined?
Yes. Yeah, we've had a significant dialogue with the Forest Service recently. They've raised several concerns that we have tried to work with them to address, and we believe we're on the same page in terms of the needed changes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Cantwell. Just a few additional questions. Mr. Strahan, you mentioned an economic